These are the parts for the gyro that I've taken off so far. I didn't have my camera last night when I took all this apart. I wish I did. But this is the cover for the cylinder, and you can see all the, this is rubber right here, but it's all in perfect shape. This is your intake. It's virgin. It's never been taken off. This is the air filter right here. This is one side. This is the other side. After 25 years, it's brand new. This is the air filter cover. This is the cover to the motor. It still has the warning stickers on it in perfect shape. And what I found out is this little engine was used near a farm somewhere, but it was kept in a garage. And if you look at the, I have this in the, well, I can take it off, I guess. But if you look at the wheels, the interior of the wheels, there's no rust. If you look at the cylinder here, there's hardly any rust on it, but there's no leaking at all. This is the other side. And what I've noticed is it is an air-cooled engine, and what we've got here is the drive shaft goes from here to this wheel, but there's a fan right there, and the air gets sucked in from the top right here, and it's blown out in through the cover right here. That's where the similarity to the Dio ends. Somewhere in here is a 2-speed automatic transmission, but I haven't figured out how it works. There's no belt, so it's kind of a neat mystery. The wheels are, or the tires are stock. But there's no rust on it at all. Some of the parts you can't get, but I really don't need any parts, really. I think of new tires and some bumper black, and I'll be okay. I want to show you the carburetor I took off. The carburetor to the gyro, I would say, to tell you the truth, is probably the same thing that's on a Spree or a Dio. It's 14 millimeter. But this is one of the interesting things I want to show you. I took the float bowl off because the bike wasn't accelerating right. But this is the inside of a 25-year-old carb. I haven't cleaned it, nothing. It's in perfect shape. All these hoses are in perfect shape. This is the choke. It's brand new. This is the this goes where the spark. This goes on the top of the spark plug. It's never even been taken off. I mean, I found this bike. This is the old story about finding the 1965 Corvette in an old farm garage where the guy went off to Vietnam and he died, and the grandmother or the mother was selling the car for $200 because her son died and he never came back to get it, but the car was in perfect shape. This is a true life story of that, except it's a moped. So I'm going to clean up the fine dirt off of this, and that's all it is. It has a little bit of fine dirt. If you look over here, this is another thing I noticed. This is the exhaust for it. It comes in 3 pieces. But the weird part about it is if you turn the exhaust over, these exhausts collect rust. Look at that. It's got a little bit of oil leakage out the back, which is normal because I was using a little bit of 2-stroke oil in the gas. But look at this pipe. There is no rust on it. Nothing. This bike was kept in a garage it was rode maybe a little bit, and that's it. Seat's perfect. All the plastics are perfect. Look at this. Look at this back luggage rack. This rack here is 25 years old. There's no nicks, nothing in it. But that's what it's like in America. People just don't ride mopeds, and I was real lucky to get this. I was amazed. I bought it and didn't even start it. Doesn't have a leak. It's got 1,000 miles on a virgin motor, and I am happy as hell. I'm going to even do some series on gyro maintenance. I don't have a manual, but most of it's like the Spree. Okay. Now I've rebuilt the carburetor completely. I've redone the choke, cleaned everything up. What I can say about this gyro carburetor compared to, or the engine compared to a Spree or a Dio, is that the stock carb looks very much the same. The only difference I can see, well, not really, but in the Townies, they have this throttle cable, which is, as you pull on the throttle, it opens up the throttle, opens up the carb, but it also opens the oil pump so it shoots more oil, and this oil does not go into the carb as older or the newer ones do. This shoots right into the intake, and basically it's a very, very small drip, but as you get going faster, it pours more oil in there. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to put it all back together and maybe go out for a drive. It's a very simple motor, but it's different. There are not too many interchangeable parts. Maybe you could put a 65cc head and cylinder on it. Then you'd need a little bit bigger jet for the carb and maybe a little bit bigger exhaust. But I don't know where you could get something like that. Alright, I'm going to put it all back together and see how it looks. That's just a really cool little bike.